breaking news as of a little while ago, and I just figured it out like 10 minutes ago, so I've been scrambling to get my setup up with my new PC. But Graeme Clarke has officially been moved to Minnesota. So I don't dislike the move at all if you're New Jersey or even if you're a Comets fan, because as much as Graeme did good last year and you saw him elevate his game, there's a log jam in a sense with forwards, it feels like, because he never got that shot. And I don't know if it was necessarily the organization didn't think he was ready or it was just a logjam, because it could have been a mix of both. I mean, you kind of have that in a lot of other places. So it would make sense that part of it is at least that there's a logjam. And he was moved for Adam Bechman from Minnesota. So it was a 1-1 swap, no picks, no anything else. But he was Utica's leader in points last season, and I think it was points and goals, something to that sense. He was up there on the board on a lot of things, so he had a very good game last season, and it sucks to see him go, but at the same time, it makes sense if you're New Jersey, because he's not necessarily finding that groove in the NHL. He's been up and down a few times, but recently he hasn't touched the show very much. So from a New Jersey standpoint, it makes sense if you're trying to find a different piece. And they did a 1-for-1, which, as I'm pulling up his stats, I mean, it all depends on the fit. Could he come down? I don't know. That's what I kind of have to look into him, because I'm not the most familiar with his game. But and this comes after 2 days ago, the Markstrom trade. So New Jersey is very active on the trade market. And I'm not surprised at all, because New Jersey needs to make some moves here. So, Alex Bechman. Wrong one. Apparently there's more than one. I think. Hold on. This is why every video I do this. Every video. If anyone's seen the channel before, you know I do this all the time, where I go to pull it up and I'm like, I'm scrambling. I don't know what I'm doing. But just from like a first look at it standpoint, I mean, it all makes sense. The 1-for-1 gives Graeme a new place to play. It gives him a fresh start. And maybe that's what he needs to find a spot in the show. And to stick with an NHL club, that might be exactly what he needs. I'm not going to say that that's specifically the problem, but you also have to think of the logjam in front of him that's been... I mean, Holtz is in the lineup now. Foot was injured all season, but you're getting Foot back. And New Jersey's making moves to, I'm assuming, drop their cap a little because of some contracts on the horizon, from what I remember. So it only makes sense to clear up the logjam. See, now I'm getting sidetracked. I had to log myself into Elite Prospects because it doesn't make sense that you can't search just randomly. Yeah, I pulled up Alex Bechman in a high school player. So I'm hoping this works. It's Elite Prospects, so it's very finicky. Nope. So I'm assuming it's just going to be that 1-for-1. You know, both need a change of scenery kind of thing. And it depends on how the roster shakes up. Of maybe we see him in Utica. Maybe. I mean, there's a shot. I wouldn't put money on it. But you also have to think they're shaking a lot of things up right now. Utica just had a player, not Utica, Patrick Grasso down in Adirondack just went overseas, and I guarantee you, I think Stevens went overseas too. And so there's been a couple guys that already are like on the way out. Plus, you never know with RFAs and UFAs because there's a few from Utica that still haven't gotten a contract that we don't. It may be a Nolan Stevens thing where they're like, "Oh, you leave and then you play good or you don't play good somewhere else, but we need scoring, so we bring you back." So I mean, we'll see. But I mean, I don't know how this deal is really gonna work out because I haven't really seen much of Bechman play. So I mean, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if he finds a spot with New Jersey as like a bottom six or an extra forward, or he comes down to Utica. You never know. Anyways, I'm gonna crank out a bunch of more stuff while I have my setup out because I've been a little behind. And I'll see you at some point in the future.